Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on Bitcoin today. We'll take a look at what's going on in current price action on the lower time frames, and then we'll take a look at Ethereum and a couple of other altcoins to see what's going on across the board. And I mean, we got that rise that everybody were looking for on Bitcoin. We pushed up towards 21,500 and we've had a pullback, and there's quite a bit of shit flying around at the minute. We've got SBF and CZ seem to be throwing left hooks on Twitter, and it's all to do with the FTT asset, and there's been a lot of speculation recently between Alameda and FTX, and some dodgy ongoings there to do with the FTT token, which could mean that a lot of it is insolvent, but not too sure exactly what's going on. But I mean, we started to see a little bit of rise, and then some of these big multi-billionaires are starting to throw a little bit of proverbials on social media, and it's not really good for a space. This is the lack of confidence showing in that, and we are pulling back. I mean, if you look at this in terms of a technical analysis standpoint, we've done a push up, we've done a 61% retracement, and then after that, who knows, we either get a push to the upside, challenge that 21k region, or we'll come back down 786 and then continue to drop. I still think most people seem to think that we are going to keep heading lower, and that 10k region is still in people's minds, but there's a lot of narratives that go against that as well. And let's just have a look at a few other things. Let me put this on the bigger perspective. Let's go on a monthly time frame on this. So this is a Bitcoin chart. Probably looks a bit of a mess, but this black line here signifies 1 year since the all-time highs. I did have previous one done, I think. Let me just have a look at a different chart, 2 seconds. Yeah, this one. So if you look at the green lines here, that was the all-time high on Bitcoin back in 2013, and then the all-time low came around a year after that. Very similar in 2017, we had a yearly all-time high, and then a year after that we did slump, and beyond that year line we did actually go a little bit further lower, but from there it gives us a good indication that the market's going to pump. What's happened now, we are now at that year point exactly around here. So if you look at Bitcoin, we did hit all-time highs around November time. It is that period, that first couple of weeks in November of 2022, which is 1 year since the all-time highs. I know everything goes against Bitcoin making a maneuver up. We've got recessions, which the UK is in. USA says they're in one. Well, near enough, if they want to admit it or not. Housing markets are starting to crash. World economics are looking bleak. We've got war. Everything goes against any type of rally within cryptocurrency. But for me, if you go by the history of what's gone on, then we are at that point where it's decision time for us to go up. I mean, personally, I believe that cryptocurrency is that hedge against for traditional finance systems that are all broken. I mean, if you look at the fiat models where we're printing off money left, right and centre, they're broke. Everything, all the banks are broke. Everything is broke. And we do need a change in revenue model. We need a change in currency models of the way we use it on a day-to-day basis. And for me, I've always thought, ever since I got into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and some of the other assets like reserve rights, for example, which is a stable coin which could target some of those hyperinflation countries. I think we are now in that period when it's a good time to start buying assets personally. So let's have a zoom in right down to we'll have a look at different charts to be honest, down to a daily time frame. In fact, we'll go down to 4 hour, and you can see that we've had a 61% retracement, which is that lack of confidence in the market. And there's a good chance that at some point I see us bouncing. Whether that's here, well, I mean, we are forming a bit of a decent candle. We need to really get back above 21k. If we get back above 21k, you probably could be looking at a little bit of a better position. But if you look at all the tops here, and then the area where we rejected to come back down, I think that's an area we need to reclaim fairly sharpish, to be honest. It is a Monday, and we've had a pretty horrid weekend there. But if we can push up and reclaim this level here, and then it might give us a bit of a spring to start pushing on upwards. So all eyes on that 21k region. If we can get above there, then I'll be a bit more happy than I currently am. But the way this is going, if this is just a bit of a bounce from that 618 region, we may pull back down and come back down to test the 20k region, which has been tested so many times around here. And even though all the way through, it's just been that period where 20k has been that psychological area where people think, right, well, the all-time highs back in 2017. it is now a major area of support. And people seem to think if we lose that level, which we did down here, then it's going to go down to 10k. But I'm still on that boat to me where I don't think that'll happen. A lot of people are saying it will happen because of previous drops that Bitcoin's had. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin in history, from them year points when they've dropped between 85 and 86% around that on the previous 2 bull cycles. So that's something that you just need to keep your eye on. I mean, 85% would take you down towards that 10 or 12k region, but for me, I just don't think it's going to happen. But who knows? So for me, I'm looking at 21k. If we can reclaim that, then happy days. If we don't, then we are going to come back down and test 20k. So maybe if you're looking for some shorts, we could get some shorts from 21k and ride it back down. Or if you're looking for some longs, what you're looking for is a reclaim of this level here. Probably push up, reject, and then you're looking to re-enter around 20,900 and hopefully push it back up. But feeling certain things going on in crypto a minute with these, like I say, the big exchange leaders throwing the handbags at each other. But yeah, that's a bit of thoughts on Bitcoin. Taking a look at Ethereum. Very similar. It's done quite a big retracement, that, to be honest. If you look at the grand scheme of things from the bottom and move to the top, yeah, we've come back down. We've nearly done that 78% retracement, and we've pushed up so far. This needs to reclaim, I'd say, around 1600. If it reclaims 1600, got back above 1612, then I think it'd be alright, because that is that region around here, which you really need to start getting back above. Once you get back above there, then it might give us some legs up to 1700s. But yeah, I mean, let's have a bit of a zoom out on the daily time frame, see what's going on underneath. It's been a fairly strong rise, to be honest, from the bottom here. If you look at this wick down here, when we flash wick to the bottom and we pushed up, we've done a 40% recovery, and that's a bear market rally. Whether we withstand that bear market rally now is an unknown, but I would like to see it get back above 2k. Sorry, I think if we got back above 2k, and I'd be happy, and I'd be taking a substantial amount of profit off. But if you look at the chart here, where the peaks are, it's around this level here. So this is at 1700. I think that's a massive level to get back above. If we get back above there at 1700, then I think things will fly up to around 23. But let's see what goes on there. And then we'll just take a look at Polkadot. I've not looked at Polkadot for a while. Change of CEO. Whether that's because Gavin's not happy with that job, I'm not too sure. I didn't look into it. But this is an asset which I really think should have been a lot stronger than it has been. Still looking at this downtrend here on the lower time frames. This is an area the price needs to get back above for any type of bullish price action, and that's around 760. If it did reclaim 760, then you're going to look to take profit around 961, but reject off that, and then you come down to here, down to around 454ish. It's not been down there for a long time, and there's a good chance it may not. But just be wary with the way things are. It's a nice level of support down there, and I would happily pick up some down there, but let's wait and see. This is the level we need to look at, this downtrend here, 750, 760ish. If we break above that, reclaim it, test it as support, and hopefully push on up towards that $9.40 region that I mentioned. But that's it, just some thoughts on the market this morning. We don't need any more shit, do we? We don't need FTX and Binance arguing things out. But that's the state of the markets, and that's the state of the globe that we're in. So fingers crossed we can ride it all through. But that's it for today. Plenty of videos coming this week. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed and hit that like button. I will be doing a video on Serenity this week. It's projects that I've been backing for the last few months. It's projects I really want to start talking to you about. So keep your notifications on. I'll be doing a video on Serenity very, very soon.